Well, good day, everybody. Craig back at you. Out again, 2018 Honda Goldwing. And, you know, it is what we do, the 2018 Honda Goldwing. Out and about, enjoying the day, enjoying the afternoon. Let's get right to it. So, topic came to mind. Question is, do any motorcycles intimidate you? And when I say any motorcycle, specific brand, specific type of motorcycle, does it intimidate you? And I asked this question, I asked it to everyone, but, I'm really thinking about those who have ridden motorcycles. For those of you that are, somewhat comfortable riding motorcycles, is there still a motorcycle out there that you feel intimidated by? Now, I would also say that for those that don't ride motorcycles, you might feel intimidated by any motorcycle. But are there any motorcycles that intimidate you? Let me tell you where the origin of this question came from. So I was with some friends, or I was meeting up with some friends, and I rode my motorcycle. And so we met up, we're talking, and got time to leave, and we're out in the parking lot. And so I go to get on my bike, and they're looking at my bike. They're looking at the Goldwing here. And now, this comes from people who do not ride. But it's kind of a moot point here. But one of the people say to me, they go, "That's a big bike. That is a big bike. How much does it weigh, and how fast does it go?" And they said I could never see myself riding anything. That's just, he said, I'm too intimidated by how big that is. I don't know if I could balance that. And so anyway, again, granted, it's coming from someone who's never ridden a motorcycle, and I will be perfectly honest, before I rode motorcycles, I would think the same thing. So, I went to, explain to him that, no, I'm kind of used to it now, and I've ridden it for a little bit, and so I'm not intimidated by the bike, but I could understand for someone who hasn't ridden a bike, what they would be intimidated by the size of the Goldwing. So, got me thinking about, even though I ride motorcycles, is there any motorcycle out there that I would be intimidated by? I wouldn't want to get, or I'd be apprehensive. And there is. I think I'm intimidated by the big, powerful sports bikes. I would not, I can't see myself getting on, like a Honda CBR 1000RR, like a 1000cc sport bike, because they have so much power and they're so lightweight. My fear is, and I've never ridden one, my fear is that, I hit that throttle and hit that clutch and, give it too much throttle, pop that wheelie, and all of a sudden I'm off the bike and I'm on the ground. Now, maybe I'm not being realistic, but I'm just being honest. That bike, those sports bikes, and I'm not talking like the 300s, or maybe even the 600s or 650s. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like the 1000. To me, I would feel a little bit intimidated getting on one of those bikes. So for me, it's speed. It's the power of the bike versus the weight of the bike that I don't think I would feel comfortable on that bike. Now, granted, with anything else, you ride it for a while, maybe you do get comfortable. But right off the bat, I would shy away from doing one of the sport bikes. Another bike that, and I've ridden these, but I really am, intimidated is the right word. These adventure bikes. I don't like them yet because they're so high off the ground. It's like, and I'm a tall guy. I'm like 6'1", I have long legs, but I just don't like how those adventure bikes are like 800 feet off the ground. I mean, they're too high. Again, just saying what I feel. I know people who probably ride adventure bikes say it's no different than any other bike, but just the looks at them, where the seat position of it, it's kind of intimidating for me. So adventure bikes are another bike that I think I'd be a little bit intimidated by, to jump on one of those. I would say in a third category, I would say the weight of the bike. And because this bike is, I don't know, roughly, I think, full with gas, I think it's somewhere around 800 pounds or something like that. And it handles so well. I'm not intimidated by the weight of the bike. Some of the older Honda Goldwings, that are pushing 900 plus pounds. I could see why somebody would be intimidated by, especially slow speed maneuvers. The heavier the bike is, if you're not at least decent with your slow speed maneuvers, I can see why you'd be intimidated by them. So, for those of you that have been riding for a long time, is there any type of bike, or specific bike? Maybe there's just one specific brand of bike and make a bike that you're intimidated by. Is there anything that you're a little apprehensive of, and why? Why are you apprehensive? Because when you think about riding, you think about riding a regular bicycle. You ride a bicycle. Once you learn how to ride a bicycle, there's really no bicycle that intimidates you. You just it's a bike. I don't care if it's a 10 speed, whatever it is. It's a bike. I get on the bike. I'm not really intimidated by it. But for those of you, you can ride anything, but a motorcycle is different. It's like, even though you know how to ride a motorcycle and you've ridden motorcycles, there might be a couple of them that you're just a little bit apprehensive to jump on too quick. So tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on the matter. And lastly, is the current bike that you have now, was there at some point you were intimidated by that? Was that an intimidation factor for you until you got comfortable with it? So anyway, thoughts came to mind. I figured I'd share with you. That's what we do. We share. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope everything is working out well for you. And if you can, get out, ride, enjoy the day, enjoy the summer, because the summers go quickly. So enjoy the summer, and we'll be talking to you soon. Take care, everybody.